The ladies are currently in the living room. It is open.
are back.
We thank you for joining us here because we are about to go take our little push pin, put it in the map, and fly toward California.
But before we do that, we have to go to Augusta and see them packing up and getting ready to leave and saying bye to Reba.
Oh, God.
Bye-bye, Reba.
Reba.
And what is it? Like Kyle and Garcella were like, we were listening in on your conversation with your mom.
Oh, my God. And then 3 words.
I
love
you.
And I was like, the 3 words I want to hear is just what you just said. Bye-bye, Reba.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Reba.
So
Let's not have this happen again. Even though she turned out not to be bad, I don't care.
She didn't turn out to be so bad.
I really don't want to ever see her again. I don't want to talk about Sutton's childhood home. I feel for you, Sutton, that your father passed away, died by suicide, but I don't want to hear about it ever again.
No, I'm not really
We
interested.
want these to be that to be the lost episode, and please.
You know what we want to see in Sutton? We want to see the very inappropriate things that she says all the time and trip over her words and cause a stir and then acts like she doesn't know what's going on.
And then all of a sudden,
that's what we want to see. I don't want to see Sutton's
all of a sudden
life.
she's Sutton the victim.
The victim. And then she becomes the victim.
Sutton the victim. So tell me, Dorit's having her 4th of July.
She does a 4th of July every year, so she's going to have her 4th of July party without PK, and it's a little strange for her.
It's
but the kids always have a party.
I have to tell you, I don't know where that house is quite sizable.
It's a beautiful
but
house.
I think it is pretty far out. Like, I don't think it is.
So it is definitely not Beverly Hills. Right? Is it Encino?
No way.
Is that where, is it the Valley? I don't. Where is it?
Encino is where Kyle lives. I mean,
but Kyle and Dorit live near each other. So they always say that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, she lives down the street. So that house has to be.
She could walk to the house,
money. Even though the houses in the Valley are less money. But we're talking like.
But Encino's
in
not
Beverly
the Valley,
Hills,
right?
that house would be, $15 million. In Encino, it's going to be $8 million.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's still going to be a lot.
Yes.
It's just not going to be Beverly Hills.
It's not Beverly Hills, although it looks quite close, and it is a gorgeous house.
Oh, it's just up over the hill.
And it's a humongous house. Yeah.
Oh, it's massive.
It is massive.
They really haven't showed that because when they were sitting outside, I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I know.
So,
well, everything about Dorit's lifestyle seems kind of grandiose, even if she's just putting out smoke and mirrors.
I think it was all a big fake, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how he was affording that.
He
unless they used all of her money
into doing
unless they used all of her money from what she makes there.
Yeah,
in Beverly Hills.
But she can't make such a great salary to cover that.
Can't be more than $250 an episode.
Maybe it's the things she gets, the endorsements she gets from the show too. I mean, I don't know. There has to be.
So where do we start out? Is it just at the barbecue? Let's shoot to the BBQ.
Right. So we're going right to the BBQ, and but one thing I'll go back to Augusta that I noted is that Kyle is a little sad because she's going back to an empty home.
I know. She's like, normally I'd be running
home to my big family, and nobody's there. Okay, I do have a little bit of. I'm seeing a softer Kyle here.
Yeah.
I'm not as frustrated with her as I was in the start of this season.
Okay.
But anyway, and then we go to Boze, and she has a cousin named Tina, and Tina's like a sister to her.
Oh, right. And they're
Boze,
talking
about her fertility journey.
She had these giant tassel earrings
Weren't those great?
Oh, my God. I mean, I could never pull them off, and normally I would be like, ooh, I don't know, but somehow Boze manages.
She can pull this stuff off.
Boze is just dreamy.
Yeah, she really is.
There's just nothing else to say other than she is dreamy, like...
She's over the top in a beautiful way.
She just walks in and it's like, I feel like whenever she walks into a room, the door magically swings open, the smoke comes in first, and then it's like, hello.
The goddess has
Here
entered
comes
the
exactly,
room.
But she is that impressive.
Yes. But she does open up a little bit more about
the
her
baby.
past and the baby and the horrible pregnancies that she had in losing.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Losing her first daughter Eve.
Oh my God.
6 months, which was heartbreaking.
And I was really feeling for her because she had preeclampsia, and I, along with Sheena Shea, had something which is like preeclampsia, like on crack. We had something called HELP syndrome. I had it.
Oh God.
Sheena had it. It sounds like she didn't mention HELP syndrome, but it's preeclampsia basically, but like a very serious form of it. And basically like bad. Like you can stroke out at any moment. The only the only cure for it is delivery. My son was born 8.5 weeks early, but that was because he had other issues going on.
Okay.
But Sheena had it too.
Sheena had it too.
Right. And,
okay.
She was also told like don't have another baby, which I was also told like it's very, very serious. Like you might not make it.
And it has to do with high blood pressure.
And it has to do with high blood pressure. And exactly. And like your arteries are kind of constricted. And it's just very serious. I mean, it's just very scary. And thank God I didn't really even know how scary it was until my son was born. But I really was feeling for Boze because it's freaking scary.
I felt for her. She kind of always keeps it together, but she was getting a little emotional.
But now she's 47. Like that is no. That is,
I'm super worried.
Yeah, that is serious. And listen, she didn't have Hell's syndrome.
If she had it 16 years ago.
Preeclampsia is very serious in itself. And then Sheena and I had the next version of it, which is very scary, which they say don't have another baby.
Oh, God.
Do a surrogate if you can.
Well, I was just going to say maybe Boze can do the surrogate.
Why wouldn't
she? I would do that if I were her.
She's got the money. He's got the money.
She's got the funds. And why would she put herself through that and then risk? She was saying every day of her pregnancy with Lael. She was afraid every day. I mean, that's a horrible way to be through your pregnancy.
And I had thought about, I had my son when I was older, but I had thought about it, having another, and it was just too scary. I mean, first of all, I was older.
Yeah.
I was 42 or 43 or something like that.
Right.
And I was 41 when I had him. But the point being that that's very scary. And
it is.
I would not have done it. And now she's 47. That's scary. Anyway.
Yeah.
Boze, we're on your team.
We're on your team. Whatever you decide to do with this pregnancy journey,
I hope whatever.
We just want you to be okay, and selfishly, we want you to come back.
Yes, we need you back on the show.
Don't say I'm going to go on my fertility journey. I'm not coming back. I will be so upset.
I wouldn't be surprised if Boze taillights out of there because she's so
she doesn't
above
need
this crowd.
It, but
she's so above this crowd that it's insane.
That's a bunch of nut jobs.
Insane in the brain.
So next they quickly show Erica on FaceTime with Kyle, and she tells Kyle basically that Boze called her cold.
Oh yeah.
So when they were at that dinner at Kathy, she was kind of like, yeah, Kyle's kind of cold. Well, she is cold to Boze, I think, because she's not opening up to Boze because Boze and Dorit are close.
Kyle said no.
She didn't like that.
I don't think so. We've talked and they talk at the party.
I can imagine in real life, Kyle is a hard person to get to know. Maybe because she's just, she's so well known and she's got so many things. She's got anxiety. She probably is a closed off person.
Yeah, and by the way, Kathy Hilton's her sister, the Hiltons. I mean, Paris Hilton's her niece. Who's coming at? She's celebrity in her own right. She does, who's coming after her for money, for prestige, to get on TV, to do this, to do that. So right off the bat.
Yeah, she's
got to be
She's not going to just open her heart out to people. She's just not that way.
Yeah, I don't see her to be that closed off, but she's also very attractive, you know.
I mean,
so I would imagine she's just intimidating to some people because of what she represents.
Perhaps.
Maybe. I don't see it that way, but I could see where people saw it that way.
Yes, but I do. I mean, Dorit especially, but even Sutton and Kathy and Erica, they all really kind of opened up to Boze. And yet Kyle is probably the most closed off. Even Garcelle, I don't know. She's very guarded too.
Well, Garcelle's she knows what she's saying. She knows how far to push it. She knows what she can say, what she can't to keep her job, but also to keep herself liked. I mean, I think she's showing a little bit of a different side of herself this season. Like they're like, Garcelle, you can't just really play it like Dolores. You can't just be Dolores Catania.
Yeah.
And play straddle the fence. Like you kind of have to speak up a little and make some waves.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm going to talk about it. She kind of bothered me a little bit. Yeah, I'll tell you why. Like I wasn't so thrilled about what she said to Boze.
Oh, I know.
I was like, but anyway, so we're at Dorit's house. Sutton arrives first.
Oh, and
she was so completely turned off the fact that Dorit made her wait 37 minutes.
Why in God's name are you 37 minutes late to your own party? Like, what are you doing? That is rude.
Well,
I
agree. Think Dorit, now this is the side of Dorit that people don't like, right? She's known for being late. She's like, she was late for a couple of reunions. She was
putting on her mama necklace.
She was putting on a necklace, but it looked like it was taking her about 20 minutes to put a necklace on.
She was putting on her mama necklace.
But I think Dorit is very meticulous, and she has to get her looks like perfect.
Right.
And but with Sutton, if I were her, I would have just went outside and said, "Hey, give me a drink."
Me
and,
too. That's what I would have done.
But she's so Southern and proper. She has to wait for the host to welcome her.
Yeah, I would have done that too.
I would have walked in. And she said, "I don't know those people." Okay.
I did agree with Sutton though. You should be there to greet your guests. Sorry.
Well, yes.
You or PK.
Absolutely.
And there's no PK now. So.
Or Dorit could have just shouted down from the top, like, "Hey, who's there? I'll be down in a minute.
Go
I'm so sorry. Have a drink and enjoy yourself." But Dorit already had, hair across her back about Sutton anyway from their previous.
I like that line, hair across her back.
She did.
Never heard that line before, but I think
I just made it up.
Did you?
I think so. I think it's hair across your ass.
That
might have been
a hair up your ass, maybe?
That might be it.
Growing out of your back? I don't know, but I like it. I liked hair across her back. I knew exactly what you meant.
But you knew it.
I knew exactly what you meant. I like that. You made up a new
term.
A new term.
Yeah. But I think she did have that hair because of what happened last episode when Sutton cut her off and was just like so rude to her when she was trying to talk about her son Jagger.
Yeah, she didn't like that.
And she got cut off. So I think she's still carrying that little grudge.
Oh, they don't like each other. I mean, we know.
They do not like each other.
I just love this new Dorit who just fucking calls it all out, though. It's great.
Well, this is the Dorit that started in Beverly Hills when she first joined.
I think
she was like the unfiltered, like, I'm going to say what's on my mind, Dorit. And
but
she's back.
She, I think, got rolled into that. Kyle gets me here, gets me in with Kathy, gets me in with the girls.
Yeah.
I'm going to kowtow to Kyle because the guys are friends. It's good to be friends with Kyle. Then you're friends with Kathy. Then you're friends with, Beverly Hills and la la la.
Getting into the crowd and all of that. And we know Dorit is a lot about appearances. So this is very important to her.
No, but she's just said screw it. And she's come out of the gate. So where are we at the party now?
Oh, so now Kyle shows up and immediately she notices the shrine of pictures of Dorit and PK that are like welcoming them right at that table in the entranceway.
I have pictures of me and Mo too, but not like a shrine at the front table.
It was a little weird. Look.
But how long has he been gone? Maybe she just hasn't had time to get new frames.
Probably too. She doesn't want the kids to go, wait a minute, Mom and Dad.
Right.
Like, Mom, why are the pictures of you and Dad gone? Even though they're catching on.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to keep things status quo right now for the kids.
Also really thinks that PK's leaving. It's very clear in all the conversations that they're having. Like, oh, really? Like, I should call it like a divorce now? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I think it just came out of the blue, kind of.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, why are they getting a divorce? Like, why does PK hate her so? Like, what's the crux of it?
Was it because
he's an alcoholic? He's the one that's left her pretty much.
Right. So I don't know.
The big question is, why?
But it's also hard to, even though we get to see, we're only seeing 5% of their relationship. We only really get what she's saying. It's hard to understand other people's relationships. And we really don't know what makes PK tick. Maybe, he's like, they were fighting a lot. And apparently you didn't see it. So it's hard to understand other people's relationships, even though we kind of think we do because we've seen a little bit of it. But,
well, as much as Dorit explains things, she's not saying a lot at the same time. It's weird. Like I said, like if you look at the root of it, like why? Like it's kind of strange because in a way it kind of came out of nowhere.
It did.
They always had their little bickering things.
But we never really saw it. Dorit was great at making you think everything was fine.
Okay, so
who knows? But we don't know. But then we hit the bitch comment.
Oh, well, what I did like too was that Dorit sees Sutton and she just takes her Birkin. Was that a Birkin?
That was great. You owe me this.
She had like these bug eyes on. Great. Like, I'm not giving this back to you.
And she's like, you owe me this. And she's like, oh, Why did she take her Birkin? Just because she liked it? I think
she was just trying to F with her.
Yeah, she was just fucking with her, right? Because she didn't like that she was like, I've been waiting down here. I've been waiting downstairs. And she's like, give me that Birkin. You owe me this.
Yeah.
You owe me this. She's like, well, I don't think I owe you.
And it was very awkward.
Yeah, it was.
And Kyle was like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. So they were off to a terrible start.
Well,
at this party, Sutton and
finally,
Dorit.
Sutton, where she should have been in the first place, gets herself one of those freaking watermelon vodka drinks. And then they're sitting around, right? And she makes the comment.
She makes the comment, like, because Garcelle says, "Oh, is there alcohol in that?" And Dorit's like, "Did you just ask if there's alcohol in that?"
Of course, it's Sutton we're talking about.
This is Sutton, and then Sutton's like, "Oh, shut up! You are." What did she say? You're such a
bitch, just to be a bitch.
Just to be a.
She's like, "Shut up! You're being such a bitch." And she's like, "Do not call me a bitch in my own home, please."
I do agree with that.
I agree with that completely.
100%.
But she did.
She is definitely digging away.
She did poke
Sutton.
that bear.
For sure.
She poked
and this
it.
is something that has been carried with Sutton for a while now. Dorit making these comments. Kyle's made the comments.
The thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if she put vodka in her morning coffee.
She probably does.
Listen.
Look, she's always got, what do you call that? A roof? What is it when you?
A
roofie?
No. She's no.
Roofies
when you say no. This is menopause.
Oh, menopause too. I can't think of it.
You're talking about flask.
She's always carrying it with her, but there's a name for it. Well, she's always got her drink with her.
Oh well, it's a flask. She's always got like a little. A roofie is when you drug someone.
Oh no,
that's Bill Cosby.
Oh man, am I off?
Yeah, no, I think
a roadie.
A roadie.
That was it. A roofie.
Yeah, no.
She always has a roadie with her.
A roofie is Bill Cosby land. You drug people with a roofie. That was the Hangover. He roofied them by accident, which means you're. No, yeah.
That
roadie.
Might be next for
Roofie
Sutton.
and roadie
are two different
I can
things.
see how you got it, but totally different things. Both do impair your judgment, though.
Correct.
A roadie and a roofie.
But to your point, she does always have that flask with her. She's always got the flask, and she's got her grapefruit juice.
Oh yeah.
She always has that with her.
She needs her ocean spray, I believe.
Yeah.
But of course, then Sutton's immediately out to the door. To the door.
She didn't want to be there in the first place. It's clear she did not want to be there. And she only showed up to say, I showed up. I'm being a trooper. But the host was late to greet her. The host took her Birkin. The host called her an alcoholic, basically.
Right.
And she's like, I am out of here. And then Dorit couldn't believe that Garcelle and Kyle go running after poor Sutton.
Oh, and they're like, run after her. Why are you running after Sutton?
See, they just came off the heels of coming from Augusta where all that stuff happened.
And
so I think that's why.
But I think they are also intimidated by her relationship with Boze, because Boze is now blind. They think Boze is blindly defending Dorit no matter what.
No, I don't think that Boze is doing that.
She's not.
I think
they are intimidated by their relationship.
They can't stand it. Listen, Dorit doesn't have any allies here.
Right,
and
especially
maybe Erica.
Kyle. Kyle is definitely intimidated by their relationship.
Of course. Well, when you think about it, who's Kyle's ride or die? She doesn't really have one this season. She doesn't have one.
She was trying to rally the troops there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, and she's had her girls with her in the past, but like there's no friends.
Well, that's when she has to recruit Faye Resnick. Whenever she needs like a buddy,
right.
She has to recruit Faye.
All of a sudden, there's Faye.
I need a friend. So now they're all out at the door and they're trying to get Sutton to stay. And then does Dorit come back over and start talking?
Okay. Yes. Oh, but when they're all sitting with Sutton trying to comfort her and Boze comes over, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, Garcelle's like, don't be Dorit's spokesperson or stop being Dorit's spokesperson.
Oh, yeah.
This is what annoys me about Garcelle, because who is Sutton's biggest spokesperson? It's Garcelle. So you can be Sutton's spokesperson all the time.
Absolutely.
But if Dorit has one, stop being Dorit's spokesperson.
I think Garcelle is also... I think Garcelle's mad that her and Boze aren't closer.
Oh, I think so.
And I think that she doesn't like it that she jumped right into a relationship with Dorit and not with her. I think she was kind of looking like, maybe we have a lot in common, maybe we don't. But I don't think she's crazy about them having that relationship either, because we know Garcelle is not crazy about Dorit.
I know. She doesn't like Dorit.
I mean, they kind of had that moment at Boze's house in the thing where it was like, oh, I'm sorry. And
that was a surface level thing.
It was surface.
I don't think they like each other at all. And I think more so Garcelle really doesn't like Dorit.
Right. So I think, again, she's like, why are you friends with her? Like, what? You know, kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
So I think she's annoyed too. So for her saying that, and Boze is like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Boze is just observing as,
and calling it like she sees
a sensible person
and
would.
she is friends. She is friends with Dorit. So why wouldn't she try to smooth it over?
Right. And Dorit has opened up the most to Boze more than the other ladies. So Boze just naturally got closer with her.
Yeah, no. And I think they really liked each other right off the bat.
They hit it off. They have a lot in common.
They're right.
So I don't know. Garcelle needs to stop. She really is bothering me when she's like that. And I love
I didn't
Garcelle.
like it either. I didn't like that either.
I didn't like it. And it really came out of nowhere. But then Erica arrives and she just wants a hot dog, basically.
She just wants a hot dog.
She just wants a hot dog. She looked so cute.
She's adorable.
Her denim outfit and her
sneakers. She's so cute this year. I think she's so happy that these 5 years that she's been in hell with that are over. And she's just like, I want a hot dog that I have for the year. I want my hot dog.
And my Diet
Where's
Coke.
my big kosher dog? You know? And like, she wants the dog here and she's probably getting the dog somewhere else.
I'm sure she
and
is.
She's thrilled. Like, I feel like she's just like, what? You know? So and she was like, I'm sorry, I took your hot dog. Like, I don't know what's that. She's in her own planet, but I'm really loving Erica this season.
I'm loving her. By the way, I did read that this cast of Chicago loves working with her.
She's great.
She
I'm sure
must
she
be
is great.
so much fun.
I'm sure
because she's still doing her run until March, right? For Chicago.
Yeah, she's back. I mean, she really, COVID hit.
I think they love her.
Her whole my hand just fell asleep. Sorry. But yeah, I think she kind of got.
She got
COVID hit.
Like it didn't finish up with COVID,
because I think she would have
back
had
full circle
this.
Now.
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but I think she would have had the same kind of run that Ariana Maddox did.
No,
like they loved her and they wanted her back and back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they kept. And I'm sure who knows if she'll be back again.
Yes.
So
you never know. But it turns out Sutton leaves.
Even remember. Oh, she left. Right.
She leaves.
She leaves.
A little bit of a dramatic huff.
Little bit of a huff.
And good. Like let her go because she was a bit of a fly. I'm going to say a fly in the ointment. Did we say that?
Monkey in the wrench. Fly in the ointment, Hans.
Fly in the ointment. Stick in the mud.
I know. You know what? She had a hydrangea up her ass. she walked in with the hydrangeas, but they were really up her butt.
Yeah, right.
The whole time. You know?
There you go.
So I agree.
I think it was good. So she left. Anyways, I guess Dorit's problems are not Sutton's problems. That's what Sutton said.
She's like,
and
I'm
she
sorry.
also made some comparison.
I'm sorry.
I'm more successful.
Oh, I'm
than
sorry.
her.
I have more money than you. I'm sorry. My divorce is more cleaner than yours. I'm sorry. I was like, Sutton, shut up.
I don't.
You sound like such a bitch.
Oh,
and
she really does, and very entitled.
With a hydrangea so far up your own ass, it's gonna turn your eyes blue. Like, girl, shut up.
Shut up.
I think the next in the coming attractions they say, well, you're not rich as me. Well, your wallet isn't as big as mine. Is she talking about Dorit? Because if she is
talking about Dorit.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's gonna make us hate Sutton.
It's gonna make us really dislike Sutton.
It's gonna make us really dislike.
It's gonna make us hate
and
her.
talk about again like showing how entitled and above.
Bless your little heart, Sutton. We all know that means fuck you.
Oh my God.
In Southern nice language. Bless her heart. Well, fuck you, Sutton. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so she leaves, and now they go back out, and don't they have a little?
They have a little talk. Well, Boze says, if you're going to call me a bitch in my own house, that's fighting words, and that's so true.
It is fighting words.
Totally. If you're going to call me a bitch in my house, and I'm going to sit there and take it, hell no.
Agreed.
So Garcelle doesn't understand Boze for defending Dorit. Erica says Garcelle has nothing but Sutton's defense person. Yeah. So that's the point where Erica's saying that Garcelle does nothing but defend.
She's always opening
Sutton.
her trap about her.
So yeah, like what are you? I don't know.
What are you doing there, Garce?
What are you doing? Everyone has to stop feeling, and this is Erica saying, everyone has to stop feeling threatened by the Boze Dorit friendship.
Exactly. That's what I was saying before. Like,
yes.
Let them be friends. Like, it's okay that they hit it off. It's okay.
Yes.
And you don't have to, but Boze is the new girl. Everybody wants to, and she's fabulous and she's awesome and she's cool. So everybody wants a little bit. Everybody wants a little bit of the new. And now, was there anything else that went down?
The only thing that came out of this that was a little refreshing to see was that Dorit and Kyle have a one-on-one. Oh, and they kind of open up to each other about both of what they're going through with their marriages and, what's happening. Is Kyle, Dorit's asking Kyle, do you think that you guys are going to head for divorce? And Kyle doesn't know. And then Dorit was basically saying, well, if PK wants a divorce, then we're going to get a divorce. And they were really opening up to each other. So it was nice to see that friendship kind of come back together.
Have a little bit. I'll put a little bit of a button on it. Because Kyle's I want it to be good with Dorit.
Yeah.
Didn't she say that?
It was refreshing to see that.
Didn't she I really want this to be, and I want us to be friends and
not fight with each other.
Yeah,
and
what's the point?
Be at war with each other when they're going through their own little wars
they were
at home.
talking up in her bedroom, and she said she knew that Dorit's not feeling well because she's everything's just so perfect. She's not feeling like herself because there was
boxes everywhere, and it was a bit of a mess.
Right, and
I was surprised to see that too. I was surprised Dorit allowed the cameras to see that.
But you know what? Maybe Dorit's I have to show a little.
I got to show my life.
Show a little something too.
Yeah.
And then was that where it ended? I'm
It pretty much is where it ended. It looks like they did show a glimpse about Mauricio.
Excuse me.
Of course.
What is that?
Mauricio was seen with a mystery woman in Greece. So they showed a glimpse of that. So I know Kyle's going to get very upset.
But I remember us talking about it this
we talked about it when it happened.
Because we had just really started the podcast. We're coming up in May. We're not even a year yet, but February, March. So in another 3 months, we'll be on a year.
Yes.
And I remember us talking about it. It was one of the first things saying Mauricio and Mykonos with the...
Ooh. The hot blonde who's 30 years old.
Oh, my God. And Mr. Stuffy. Mr. Stuffy.
Knows Mauricio.
So that's Beverly.
So that's going to add some interest for next week. We're going to be looking more into Kyle's life, I think, next week.
Right. Well, we'll see how she reacts, too. Because somebody on the Coming Attractions, they were like, how are you feeling about it? And she's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
So
she probably knew it was going on, but now it's in her face. So here we are. And, I don't know. Beverly Hills is
it's waning a little. They need to come back with something. They're losing me a little bit. This
Tiny
was
bit.
They need to just stop the gabbing. Let's do something fun.
Let's have some fun now.
Let's get Jennifer Tilly in there.
Oh, and we didn't even add, just real quick, Kathy was at this party, which was great to see. And she couldn't say mountain out of molehills or molehills out of mountains.
That was awesome. She's like,
yeah.
Where they're making a molehill out of a mountain. Or is it a mountain out of a molehill?
Yeah. Bring Kathy next week and Jennifer Tilly.
Kathy is very reminiscent of Teresa Giudice. Teresa does all that too. She'll say something and you're like, what the? How do you not know this? Who's Hunky Dory? How did she not know Hunky Dory?
Yeah.
I think she's been living in her ivory tower so long. Since she's so young.
Yes.
That she missed a lot of worldly things.
Yes.
She just think amongst the world, the plebeians.
The street smarts
how
of the world.
How we speak. Kathy's just what? What? Mole out of a mountain out of a molehill. Whatever it may be.
Whatever.
Yeah, she missed a lot of the jargon.
Yes, there you go.
Jargon of the people.
The jargon of the people, of the common people.
But what's Teresa's excuse? Because she was from Patterson, living, she wasn't.
I couldn't even tell you, but it's why we love Teresa.
Either. She can't get it straight.
She can't get it straight. It's just the way her mind thinks.
And wait, we also, just to quick on Beverly Hills, we have freaking Denise Richards going to be coming out with her show.
I can't wait to see this. Is it on Bravo?
What I love, I believe so.
Oh, I can't
wait.
But
what I love about it is I'm excited to have her special needs daughter there and to hear more about her.
Me too.
And to see her and that side of her.
I think she's a very
We are both
mom.
Special needs parents and moms, and it's going to be interesting, and I really hope they do right by it.
I think she's really going to show us into her life there.
Let's see that part of you, because I'm sure that's a wonderful part of her.
Oh, definitely.
Of her as a mom, of her relationship with her daughter. So I'm looking forward to see that. And of course, all the crazy. Aaron and his crazy conspiracy theories and the whole 20,000 yards.
It'll be fun.
All right. Well, California, we are officially flying ourselves back to New York.
Yes.
And there is a lot of sun here today, even though there's snow on the ground. So we will see you next week for more Beverly Hills. And more. Do we do? Oh, Beverly Hills. That's right. All right.
Beverly Hills.
And we are out from Beverly Hills.
Bye.
Bye-bye.